Hey guys, this is breaking news. It does seem like we might have a tentative ID on the person who was taking shots at firefighters as they were trying to deal with a brush fire. And as far as we know beforehand, authorities are fairly certain that the brush fire was somewhat set up as an ambush. Again, this is just breaking, at least now that I've gotten home and the internet is on. The sniper who took the lives of two firefighters in an ambush in Idaho has been identified by officials Monday as 20-year-old, Wes Rowley. That will be the only time I'm going to say this gentleman's name. Now, this is not concrete, so do take this as allegedly until we get more information, but I did want to get information out to you. Do remember that in the first 24, 48 hours of any incident is kind of a fog of, chaos thing. So this information might change, but I did want to get it out to you guys. Now, there is a photo of him, this particular photo, and it shows him kind of just dazing off. This is not a mugshot. This was apparently something he had posted. Now, his body was allegedly found near his weapon at the scene of the fire that he started Sunday afternoon to lure unsuspecting smoke eaters to the scene, a law enforcement official told the Associated Press. Now, he ended up taking the lives of two responding firefighters and critically wounding a third, authorities said. It is unclear whether, he was eventually taken out by a police or took his own life. So I'm sure that information will be forthcoming. Again, this is going to be something that they're going to investigate much further. So, information may change or we may get more information, in the coming days. Now, Kootenai County Sheriff Robert Norris told reporters at the release. So they are still, unsure what happened as far as his life being gone. Now, the chaos began around 2 p.m. on Canfield Mountain, just north of Coeur d'Alene, when the smoke started pouring from the woods and first responders rushed to the scene. They were met with a hail of gunfire coming from the trees. Firefighters quickly realized they had been lured into a trap and desperately called for backup. Now, this is the reason that a lot of scenes require, and a lot of EMS first responders require police in dangerous situations to secure the scene before they go in. Now, they had no knowledge, and it's atypical that anyone would, attempt to, fire on first responders. That was probably not something even going through their mind. The firefighters quickly realized they'd been lured into a trap and desperately called for backup. Now, there are recordings of the 911 calls. Maybe later on I will listen to them, but I can only imagine how heartbreaking, how, emotional, and how just terrified these men had to be. And I don't really know that I'm strong enough to listen to that audio. It takes a very brave and caring and selfless individual to run towards fire, to run towards danger, to protect all of us, and to listen to these, individuals being terrified and hunted, basically. I don't know that I can do that today, and I feel bad about that, but we all have to be very intelligent with our mental health. We're the only one that can protect it, and maybe one day I will listen to it. I don't know about everyone else. I wish we had taken this gentleman and gotten some answers, because that's the real issue, is that we want answers, and evil sometimes just is. And we want, a cause and effect. We want to stop the next person. We want to figure out what made this person twist. And the sad and terrifying and horrible thing is that sometimes evil doesn't need a reason beyond evil. But the thing to take heart in, the thing to keep you from going totally black pill, is for every asshat, there are guys that are going to run forward to that fire no matter what, to save their friends, to get their friends out of danger, to hunt down the bad guy. There are still those who are going to run toward that danger to save everyone. And we can't let a few, asshats ruin the entire world. So during the recordings, some of the transcripts have been released. "I'm pinned down," a firefighter said in a frantic call. "It's clear to me this fire was set intentionally to draw us in. We need law enforcement up here immediately. We have another Coeur d'Alene firefighter down. We've got 2 unresponsive battalion chiefs down. Multiple, shots. 2 Coeur d'Alene are down." The fire was left to burn as reinforcement battled to root out the unseen gunman before it eventually stopped and his body was tracked down in the trees using cell phone information. Now, neither the 2 firefighters' kills have been identified yet, while the 3rd firefighter was left fighting for his life after he was struck. Now, he is in stable condition. A motivation behind the twisted attack remains unclear, but internet sleuths have identified chilling possible connections to a decades-old incident involving Coeur d'Alene Fire Department and new followers of the European painter who should just, find better people to emulate. Swear to goodness, if you are going with a failed Austrian painter, he lost. Y'all lost. Deal with it. It's friggin' 2025. Get a new idea. Thank you so much and goodbye. Now, Monday's incident happened 24 years to the day of a 2001 burning of AN's compound in Hayden Lake. So a bunch of these morons who like Mr. Hankety Clankety from World War II, turns out, the national leader, Richard Butler, had filed for bankruptcy over a settlement involving shooting of a Native American woman and her son. Doesn't he seem just like a bright, sunshiny bowl of asshole? So basically, this man decided to try to take the life of a woman and her son, and looks like he lost this particular property. And, being that it was a home for nothing but hate and stupid and bigotry, it was torched by Coeur d'Alene Fire Department during a training exercise. Quote, "I do not think it's a coincidence that on this date in 2001, firefighters in Coeur d'Alene burned down the AN founder's compound in a training exercise after he lost the property in a federal bankruptcy sale. The tragic events are unfolding nearby," one suspicious sleuth wrote in a post Sunday on X. Now, I want to be very clear that this is internet speculation. There has been absolutely no confirmation of any links to that. This is just, let me put my speculation hat on and try to figure this out. My heart goes out to the first responders who lost their lives. Again, we have seen the effects of out-of-control brush fires and forest fires, and these men were trying to save people and property. And unfortunately, because of one stupid jackass with, again, I wish I had the answers to tell you why evil happens, but the only thing I figured out is that evil doesn't need a reason. Evil doesn't play by the rules. But for every evil, ridiculous jackass, asshat, we have good people who run towards those fires, who help desperately help to get their friends out. And my heart goes out to the families who have lost someone this weekend. That pain it's like sucking the oxygen and gravity out of your life. And I don't wish that on anyone. And my hope for healing and strength for the officer or for the firefighter who is fighting for his life. And again, just to remind you guys, speculation between the connection between, enjoyers of Mr. Hankety Clankety from WW2 and this particular fire. Now, it is coincidental that it did happen on the same day, but there has been nothing, authenticated about this or, released from official sources. This is more internet speculation. And, it's easy to get caught in that, but I do want you guys to know that there has been no clear link made by investigators yet. It very well could be the case, but this is speculation right now. Again, prayers and healing for the entire fire department who, has lost two people and has an injured person as well. As I always say, be kind to others, be kind to yourself, but have a can of bitch fire and a sassy mouth because kindness doesn't equal doormat. Bye, you guys.